Proton X70. The Proton X70 is a compact crossover SUV produced by the Malaysian carmaker Proton. Marketed as a C-segment SUV, the car was launched in December 12, 2018, unveiled in a ceremony by then Prime Minister and former Proton chairman Mahathir Mohamad. Being the first SUV released by Proton, it is conceived by rebadging the Geely Bow, following the acquisition of Proton by Geely Automobile Holdings in 2017. The X70 is distinguishable from the Bow by some design element differences and its right-hand drive configuration. In the beginning, the X70 was fully imported, CBU or completely built up, from China, but since February 2020 the locally assembled version, CKD or complete knockdown, was made available with several notable mechanical changes. In May 24, 2017, DRB Hicom, as the owner of Proton, has reached an agreement with Geely for the Chinese carmaker to acquire a 49.9% equity stake in Proton. The acquisition and partnership is urgently needed, since at the time DRB Hicom cites several problems which were Proton's lack of technological competitiveness, which it claimed could hamper its ability to develop quality products. Through the close partnership, Proton will have access to Geely's technologies to address the problem. In the same day, DRB Hicom announced a plan to build a crossover SUV for Proton based on the Geely Bow. The Bow was picked as the first new product under the Geely ownership to compete in the booming SUV market, which Proton had no presence in. Being the first Geely-based product, the X70 does not share any components with any other Proton vehicle. Proton claimed that pricing the X70 competitively was a great challenge as it lacked parts commonality with other models, and yield smaller scale production relative to its left-hand drive Chinese counterpart. In April 2018, Proton opened up an online poll to the public to vote on the name. Participants could choose between PX7, X7, X70 and X700 or voice in their own input. X70 was later announced as the chosen name for the SUV in September 2018. In June 2018, it was announced that the initial units were going to be fully imported, CBU, from China with latter models being locally assembled, CKD, at Proton's plant. The X70 was previewed at the 2018 Kuala Lumpur International Motor Show. The X70 was officially launched in December 12, 2018 at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center. In the launch ceremony, then Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad presents the first X70 key to his wife Siti Hasma Muhammad Ali during the launch, a tribute to the original Proton saga launch as the first Proton vehicle. The X70 is available with 4 variants. Prior to the CKD version these were Standard 2WD, Executive 2WD, Executive AWD and Premium 2WD. All variants are powered by the same 1.8-liter turbocharged gasoline direct injection, TGDI, engine with the Geely Bow, producing 182 horsepower, 185 PS, 136 kilowatts, and 285 Nm, 29.1 kilograms m, 210 pounds-feet, paired to a 6-speed automatic gearbox. Local assembly of the X70 in Proton's Tanjung Malim plant commenced on December 13, 2019. In February 2020, the locally assembled, CKD, version was launched with lowered pricing and a few major mechanical updates. The gearbox is now a 7-speed wet DCT, and the same 1.8-liter TGDI engine has its torque increased by 15 Nm, 1.5 kilograms m, 11 pounds-feet, to 300 Nm, 31 kilograms m, 220 pounds-feet. It is still available in 4 variants, however the top 2 variants had received a major revision. The Executive AWD trim has been discontinued due to low demand and in its place the Premium 2WD. The CKD Premium 2WD trim however excludes the panoramic sunroof previously included in the CBU version. The panoramic sunroof is instead reserved for the top-of-the-line Premium X2WD, the only additional feature for this variant. Although identical in styling to the CBU, The CKD version is distinguishable by its use of Proton's new round logo. With the introduction of the CKD units, the CBU units were no longer being imported from China. In August 2019, Proton introduced a special version of the car called the Proton X70 Merdeka edition, of which only 62 are available for sale to celebrate Malaysia's 62nd Independence Day on August 31, 2019. Only 2 colors were offered, Flame Red, 26 units, or Snow White, 36 units. The X70 was launched in Pakistan in December 2020. Initially, a fixed quota of the X70 has been planned to be imported from Malaysia. It is also expected that local assembly of Proton X70 will also start in Karachi in mid-2021. Compared to the Boyo, Proton said it had to reposition and realign several critical parts, which include the dashboard assembly, pedals, steering console, door buttons, brakes, gearbox, headlights calibration, wiper orientation, air conditioning ducts, glove box, and several cables and wires in order to convert it into a right-hand drive vehicle, as the Boy was not developed to have an RHD version in mind. A total of 761 parts had to be changed to convert the Boy into the right-hand drive X70, without counting the components that were completely re-engineered. The localization process also involves several adjustments of the car to suit the tropical climate. Some rubber components and cooling parts had to be redesigned, while the engine management system had to be recalibrated to account for the rougher terrain and altitude. The X70 must be able to withstand Kuala Lumpur's standstill traffic at 34 degrees Celsius daily, drive up to the mountainous Genting Highlands at over 6,000 feet where the air is thinner, as well as survive the treacherous landscape of East Malaysia. After all the changes, the X70 had to undergo a testing process that involved repeating around 25% of the 548 tests that was conducted in the development of the donor car, the Boy. Proton managed to reach 45% of local content for the X70 by the time production in Tanjung Malim began in late 2019. It was achieved by sourcing components from local suppliers, which some of them did not initially have the capability to produce several advanced components. Proton and Geely offered a solution by initiating a series of technical assistance and joint ventures agreements with Geely suppliers in China. The company aims to increase the local component figure to around 53% by the end of 2020. A total of 95 Proton engineers were said to be involved in the entire process of turning the Boy into the X70, from research and development to the testing stages. These engineers, along with technicians from manufacturing and quality divisions, made up around a total 200 people the company sent to Geely within a span of 6 months to conceive the X70. Each of these individuals were claimed by the group has learned knowledge and experience from their counterparts at Geely, further enhancing Proton engineering expertise.